Hello everyone, my name is UltimoFive and today we're going over the Prisma Angstrum, the pocket rocket. The Prisma Angstrum is the Prisma version of Angstrum and is obtained by buying the weapon from Baroque Tier when he has it in stock for 210,000 credits and 475 ducats, or it can be traded from a player who has it at rank 0 with no Forma or Arcane Catalyst installed. Requires a mastery rank of 8, comes with only a D polarity slot, and because of this, the builds for this weapon will require 5 Forma. Excels in short to medium range combat and deals with high leveled enemies very well around level 145, easily dealing with single targets as well as small to medium crowds. And it has a unique feature that when fully charged it will expend the full magazine and fires extra projectiles. However, it can also fire at partial charges that only expend part of the magazine. The Prisma Angstrum has a lot of buffs when compared to the original Angstrum in different areas. These stats would be higher critical chance, higher critical multiplier, higher status chance, a faster charge time, and a faster reload speed. Advantages for the weapon would be that it has an above average critical multiplier, a very high status chance, rockets explode in a 3.6 meter radius upon impact with a surface or an enemy, and it can be fired with partial charge in order to launch part of the magazine. Disadvantages, however, for the weapon would be that explosions cause self-stagger, explosions have linear damage fall off, a very high recoil, the weapon fires as soon as it reaches full charge, which can lead to premature firing, extremely poor ammo efficiency, a very low ammo capacity, and an extremely low magazine capacity of 3 rounds, which requires frequent reloading. The elements for the Prisma Angstrum against a Corpus will be Radiation and Toxin. Radiation causes enemies to attack each other while dealing 100% additional damage to the allied for 12 seconds. Meanwhile, Toxin deals 50% base damage per second over 6 seconds, stacking indefinitely with each instance having its own timer. The build's flex slot is Lethal Torrent, and with a full charge, it can easily one-shot all Corpus enemies except for the Bursa. Radiation helps against robotic enemies, while Toxin deals with bypassing shields, but only helps against enemies that are on the outer explosion that sometimes won't die. Because if you get directly smacked by a bunch of rockets, you should die. The elements for the Prisma Angstrum against a Corruptor and Grineer will be Viral and Heat. Viral amplifies health damage by 100% for 6 seconds and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 325%. Meanwhile, Heat deals 50% base damage per second over 6 seconds while stripping up to 50% armor and causes targets to panic. The build's flex slot is Lethal Torrent and is really good, but slower than the Infested and Corpus factions. This is due to only using brute damage from Viral procs mixed with Heat armor stripping, but at least it works really well and is a blast to use. The elements for the Prisma Angstrum against the Infested would be Corrosive and Heat. Corrosive reduces armor by 26% for 8 seconds and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 80%. The build's flex slot is Lethal Torrent and is just perfect. Anytime there's an innate blast, just slap some Corrosive on and watch the Infested melt. But of course the Heat is there for the normal low tier Infested enemies, and the Prisma Angstrum is just a great sidearm against the Infested. Heated Charge, Pistol Gambit, and Target Cracker, in place of their primed counterparts if you don't have it. Primed Pistol Ammo Mutation, in place of having no Exilis mod. This will cost 2 more Forma in order to have though, but can be good in order to keep up with the low ammo efficiency or to get ammo easier if your companion dies. Lethal Momentum, in place of having no Exilis mod. This will also cost 2 more Forma in order to have though, but it is nice in order to make the rockets travel faster. Ice Storm, in place of Frostbite. This will increase the magazine capacity, which will effectively increase burst damage at the cost of a bit of cold damage, status chance, and will make it so you need ammo more often. Primed Fulmination, in place of the build's flex slot to have some fun with the explosion radius. This also makes the weapon more efficient in lower levels and larger groups. Primed Expel Faction mods. For once they don't actually do better than just stacking more multi-shot with the weapon, so I would leave the Expel mods out of the picture. And Magnum Force. Magnum Force's accuracy loss is disgusting on this weapon. Even at point blank range, you will lose about 20% of the damage you could deal due to rockets just veering off into the distance. There are several ways to enhance critical stats and damage for this weapon. For instance, for damage, Rhino's Roar, Nova's Molecular Prime, which makes all sources of damage increase by 100% against primed enemies, Saren's Toxic Clash mixed with their Spores abilities, Mirage's Eclipse mixed with her Hall Mirrors that's a massive damage bonus during the day or in light, Equinox's Rest and Raging Dayform makes targets more vulnerable to damage, and Chroma's Vex Armor, when health gets damaged, increases weapon damage. For critical stats, Harl's Covenant can add up to 50% critical chance and 200% on headshots. Volt's Electric Shield when shot through adds a 200% critical damage multiplier. Zephyr's passive increases critical chance by 150% while airborne. The Adarza Kavat with Cat's Eye can give a 60% critical chance boost. And Samuda Kavat with Charm can give a 200% crit chance. Arcane Avenger. Upon getting hit, 21% chance for 45% critical chance for 12 seconds. Arcane Awakening. On reload, 60% chance for 150% damage to pistols for 24 seconds. Arcane Precision. On headshot, 100% chance for 300% damage to pistols for 18 seconds. Arcane Pistolier. Upon headshot kill with pistol, 16% chance for 102% ammo efficiency for 12 seconds. And Arcane Arachne. On wall latch, 150% damage for 30 seconds. When you get your hands on a Riven for this weapon, the flex slot to replace will be Lethal Torrent. This will require 1 or 2 more Forma, and in order to maximize damage output with Prisma Angstrum, one will need to get lucky and get some nice stats. These ideal stats would be damage, multi-shot, critical damage, and negative zoom or weapon recoil. The next best stat to have would be critical chance, multi-shot, critical damage, and negative zoom or weapon recoil. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more guides on Warframe, please click the like and sub buttons to let me know. And as per usual, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.